Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, episode 6. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. So this episode starts out, it's been 4 days since Tyrone stood Sheree up after she drove the 2 hours from New York to Philly. She said that he didn't even call her that same night, and he ended up calling her the very next day. And when he called her, he starts off the phone call with, "Hey, what's up?" Now I'm telling you right now, first of all, Tyrone would have been blocked. Okay, now that I have grown up and I have been through some things, Tyrone would have been blocked. Okay, first of all. Second of all, if he was not blocked, which is in this case, Sheree had not blocked him, she said that when she answered the phone and he said, "Hey, what's up?" She said, "Let me call you back." Personally, when he said, "Hey, what's up?" I would have just hung up. And as soon as I hung up, he would have been blocked then. However, she says that she still loves him and she is not ready to give up on their relationship. Personally, I don't believe that there is a relationship. You have worked so hard to get your home. You've got a career. You've got children. You have your mom living there with you. You have a whole lot going on in your life. Tyrone is on house arrest and can't go within 100 miles of where he lives. He probably stays in a halfway house. No, ma'am. He has zero to offer. Move on. He is a no-go. He is a starter project. And if you want to continue this relationship with Tyrone, maybe you should jump on Love After Lockup. Sheree is sitting at the house. She has not left her house since the situation with Tyrone. She says that she just can't because she is so embarrassed. The only thing that you can do is brush this off, hold your head up high, and move forward. Was it a little embarrassing? Absolutely, but mostly because it's on national TV. If this had happened and no cameras were filming, she may have been embarrassed. It just wouldn't have been such a huge embarrassment. Now everybody has something to say about the relationship, including myself, because, Pia talks. Anyway. Drew and Kenya go out for lunch, and I thought that it was so cute because once the waiter started to take their order, Drew asked Kenya, was she paying? Because the last time they went out to lunch, Drew asked to split the check. And you remember Kenya said, I said, "Oh, wow, okay. Am I poor? Because if I go out, I split the check." Kenya also says that she was excited to spend some time with Drew because she realized in their new friendship that they have a lot in common. Both of them kind of lost their voice in their marriage. And since they do have so much in common, they also have children around the same age, that she wants to be there to support Drew and Drew is there to support her. So they have a nice budding friendship. And so I like what's happening with Kenya and Drew. Now, I appreciate Drew for thanking Kenya for standing up for her. However, when she was on Watch What Happens Live, she threw some shade at Kenya. And I thought, Drew, that's really petty and shady because Kenya did stand up for you. However, when you were on Watch What Happens Live, you made that comment that you and Ralph are still together and her and Mark are not. Well, the thing is she is free now. She can move freely about the cabin. I'm just kidding, okay? She can move freely throughout her life. You are still stuck with that clown ass Ralph. I'm just saying. She also let us know that she stayed over in New York and Mark actually kept Brooklyn by himself overnight for the very first time. And she mentioned that she just wants Brooklyn to have everything that she didn't have in her relationship growing up because of her mother. And I was glad that she said that because I had sort of forgotten that. Thanks to one of the peeps who got down in the comments last week to remind me, Kenya is probably acting this way because of the relationship with her mom. And I thought, you are exactly right. Thank you so much for reminding me of that. That is why she is pushing Mark's relationship with Brooklyn. She wants Brooklyn to have the love of both parents. And every mom does. Every mother in a perfect world, their child would have the love of both parents, but it's not always possible. But I understand where Kenya is coming from. So I wanted to correct myself and let everyone know that I do see that Kenya is seeking the love for Brooklyn that she didn't get. I just hope that she realizes that if Mark does not fix his ways, I just hope that she knows that she is enough for Brooklyn. She really is.
I felt so grateful that you did speak up. I just felt like I was completely sideswiped the last night with my friend Tanya. I really don't feel like there's a real issue, or at least that she was able to communicate.
I think maybe with other chatter, she started to
Now have a mind of her own.
Photo shoot for her Mommy Nation. So
Were you invited?
Did she invite you? Yeah.
She invited me.
She did. Are you going?
And then she uninvited me.
Kenya is right on the money about the whole vibrating underwear thing. It's nothing comfortable about wearing vibrating underwear with a remote control that anybody's husband can control. I personally don't agree with that. I don't want to sit around wearing vibrating panties around everybody's husbands. No, I don't want Ralph controlling my vibrations. This is gross and disgusting. I don't want that. Something like vibrating panties should be happening between the husband and the wife, or the boyfriend or the girlfriend, and it should be something secret between the two of them. I don't know. I didn't like that. Conversation regarding Sanya uninviting Drew to her photo shoot. I have to agree with Drew. Sanya is causing a whole bunch of mess for no reason. Drew has never done anything mean to Sanya. And when Sanya brought up the situation to Drew in front of all the girls that last night in New York, that was after Drew and Sheree had already spoken, and there was apologies. Drew apologized for her behavior and her actions. So why is Sanya so upset about this? Now, from the very beginning, I have always said that I really like Sanya, but right now Sanya is giving me clout chase vibes. And I hate to say that because she is a 4-time Olympic gold medalist, but now you're on this show, you're being introduced to even bigger audience, people who had no idea who you were when you were winning those Olympic gold medals. And now you're on the big stage and you have thrown Drew under the bus. That's just my opinion. Get down in the comments, you guys. Am I being too mean to Sanya? It has a blog called Mommy Nation, and her blog sort of reminds me of Not for Lazy Moms by Monique Samuels from The Real Housewives of Potomac, who is now on Love and Marriage DC. Did anybody else have deja vu when Kenya and Candy found out they were going to be at this photo shoot? It reminded me of Ramona when she was having her party for 60 of her best girlfriends. And then she had Luann and Sonia in the Sprinter van for 2 hours as they drove to her party planner, and then ended up posting all those promotional pics on Instagram for free so that Ramona could have her party for free. I thought that was tacky then, and I think it's tacky now. I agree with Kenya in her comment. You should have been contacting my agent. You got us down here to do free photo shoot for you. I agree with Candy. And then you're going to put us on your Black Friday ad? I can say that the ladies looked absolutely gorgeous in the merchandise. Candy was a little disappointed when she found out that the Jamaican food night was not going to be at Sanya's house. She said, I don't care who's invited, who's coming, and what we're doing. I just want to see your house. Candy is a mess, but she is a girl's girl.
You didn't tell me that. Okay, first of all, you need to talk to my agent.
Kenya don't really do anything without a check involved.
We're doing a big Black Friday sale.
This bitch done put me on a Black Friday sale.
Like, I do like Drew. I love
Even
her
though
family.
she said you don't have a mind of your own, or she questions that.
She couldn't possibly question that.
She was at the restaurant for hours. He never showed, never returned her call.
I laughed so hard when Candy said, what? As if she was completely shocked by Tyrone. Now, Candy said last episode she thought Tyrone had somebody. I agree with her. I think Tyrone has somebody as well. I really need somebody to slide Sheree the first, second, and third season of Love After Lockup. This is a part of it. Okay, they give you all this love. They write you all these letters. They call you all the time. And then you put all this money on their books. They tell you how much they love you. They need you. They want you. We're going to be together. We're going to be a happy family. We're going to have babies. We're going to do all this stuff. And then when they get out of jail, oh no, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. It's almost as if they're saying, I don't even know you. You know what I mean? This guy is a pen pal. Go on somewhere, write him a letter that says, don't reach out to me ever again, Tyrone. I'm just saying. So Kenya talks to Marlo and says that we should do something special for Sheree because she's going through this situation with Tyrone. Marlo decides that she will have it set up at her house. So Marlo sets up this beautiful event at her house. She has some Fendi reps show up there to put some merchandise out for what she calls retail therapy. I personally call it ripping a friend off. You had these people come in here and bring all these clothes over here so she can come over here and spend all this money. You cannot tell me that you did not get a percentage of this sale. I wouldn't have wanted that. But anyway, Kenya ends up getting sick. And according to Kenya, she realized that she needed to take a test to make sure that she didn't have the C19 before she could film with the girls. And I am absolutely positive that production told her that she needed to have that test before she could go over to Marlo's house and film with those girls. Because the last thing production wants is for any of their production members or any of the cast members to come down with C19. That stops them from filming, which costs money each day that they are not working. So I believe Kenya when she says that. Marlo has an attitude. She is upset because Kenya is looking gorgeous while sick, okay? And that is because as Kenya was getting ready to go over to Marlo's house, she was getting her glam done and she started feeling worse and worse. Now, if you remember, when you saw her have lunch with Drew, she mentioned to Drew that she felt like she was coming down with something. So I truly believe that Kenya was sick. Marlo was being shady as hell because Kenya still did what she said she was going to do. Marlo even mentioned that Kenya was coming over with desserts and other treats, plus she was also bringing the masseuse. Kenya sent Drew over with all of the desserts, the stuff to make cupcakes, and she sent over the masseuse. So Kenya was not there physically, but she did what she said she was going to do.
And she don't know if I got a mind of my own.
Drop it with Drew! Drop it with Drew! He ain't see you right with no damn pink eggs. Didn't invite you, but why Kenya and Candy? Is it because of followers? They have more publicity?
Thank you.
I feel like she's making more drama.
Because Drew don't want none of this.
Yeah, she talking shit
Don't want none.
You gotta do this. A little bit.
Marlo can't spell the archive right. Why the is she writing on the cake? I know that he loves me.
How you just said, I know he loves me. How do we know? If your baby girl came to you and said, Mama, he loves me, what would you say to her?
Okay, now you make me feel real crazy.
You deserve more.
Oh, I look sad as don't I?
Sad as
Now, Marlo acting a fit over them eggs in the pink box. Now, let me tell you something. They have those same eggs at the Walmart. They also have them in the blue box. Now, I usually get the ones in the blue box. Don't play with me, Marlo, and my eggs, okay? I'm not paying $6 for them Land O'Lake eggs or whoever's eggs when I can get the Walmart pack for $3.50. I'm just saying I'm not rich. Anyway, Marlo screaming, drop it with Drew, drop it with Drew. That cracked me up. She mentioned that drop it with Drew multiple times while Drew was there. I don't know why Marlo has to be so shady. Anyway, you know what? They talk about the situation with Drew being disinvited to the Mommy Nation photo shoot. And Marlo made a point. She did invite the two people that have the most followers, the two people that are the most famous out of everybody on the show. I don't know. What does that say? What does that say about Sanya? We see Sanya at the grocery store shopping with her gorgeous mom. Her mom is so pretty, but her mom is about that life, honey. She don't play around about her daughter. And you know what? Most of us moms don't. We don't play around about our kids. But Sanya should have told her mom the whole story, that she called Drew out, acted up. You know, Drew might have said she doesn't have a mind of her own, and that might have been a little bit rude, but that's not as embarrassing as the way Sanya called her out in New York in front of all those people. And then for Sanya to disinvite her to this Mommy Nation photo shoot, but in the same breath, the very next day, invite her for this dinner experience, I don't blame Drew for not wanting to go. How dare you invite me to this experience after you just disinvited me to something? I personally would have never showed up for it. Girl, I don't need you. Bye. Okay? I will have dinner at my own house. One of my 13 assistants can make us some curry chicken. I'm just saying it probably won't be as good as Sanya's mom's. I don't think that Drew did anything to deserve this argument that she is in with Sanya. She says that she would have pulled Drew to the side so they can have this conversation, but there is no way that that conversation would have went that way. There is no way that you wouldn't have pulled Drew to the side to have this conversation and every other girl there would not have jumped in to give their say. So no matter what, it was going to be a moment. You know what I mean? It was going to be a scene because that's the way the Real Housewives is set up. You got to cause a scene. And you tried to make it seem like Drew was trying to cause drama because she didn't want to come to this cooking event. To me, that was Drew taking the high road saying, girl, no, thank you. Go on and enjoy your event. I don't think this is Drew's fault. Drew did go on social media while the show was airing, and she said Sanya's only friendly when she can get something from you or use you. Normally, I would really hate it when somebody said something like that, but what exactly is Sanya showing us right now? It's kind of looking like Drew might be onto something. There was also somebody who posted Candy's social media distance from the other girls with IG followers, and it showed the picture of their followers on Instagram. And Candy said, I told you the editors are shady. Those editors are shady. Also, someone on social media posted, and wasn't the dinner Kenya's idea? And even though she didn't show up, she sent plenty of shit. And Kenya said, this is just a snake being a snake. Doctor said I had to get a negative COVID test before I could come around the girls again. Facts. I laughed really hard about the Law Archive joke that Sheree made, but everything that Marlo said to her about Tyrone was so true. When she said, what would you tell your daughter? I think that's when it finally clicked. She, as a mother, would never want to see her daughter going through this. She would always protect her child, and she would try to protect her child's heart. So she needs to protect herself. Get rid of Tyrone. He is not it. Sheree earlier, she was eating them chips. I have never seen anybody enjoy a bag of chips as much as her. And the fact that they allowed her to talk about her chips in the confessional was hilarious. Now, when they all get together for this Jamaican event, honey, listen, I was so surprised and shocked and happy to see Mama Joyce. It was really great to see Mama Joyce with Sanya's mom. They got along great. They were dancing in the kitchen. And, you know, Marlo said something real disrespectful in front of Sanya's mom. And I said, come on now, Marlo. You don't talk like that in front of somebody's mama.
Well, I'm glad Kenya can show up for somebody.
It's so nice. Thanks for coming here. Support me. Be there for me.
Of course I supported you. What, am I
But not just on the phone. Why did you have a full glam on,
because
though?
I was preparing to go. I with you. Don't question.
you too.
D out of Z. Trying to protect. Okay, I'll be quiet, Mama Joyce.
She said she sorry. What happened?
Oh, please stop flinging that knife.
Oh, I did take your advice. I did block him last night.
Oh, good.
But I'm not saying it's going to stay blocked forever.
No, you gotta block him forever.
Yeah.
Spending that amount of time for one thing, I wouldn't have spent a month.
I needed support.
And ain't none of them ever there. Oh, so you just didn't invite us.
But it wasn't meant to offend you guys.
You just connected with Candy so fast in 2 weeks. It's fine. You don't feel that Sonya's like up their ass?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Sonya just give me like, bitch, I'm trying to promote Mommy Nation. I ain't been on the track in 50 years. I got 20 goddamn people living in this goddamn house. You don't even have it in your heart, Candy, how to help other people.
she's for herself.
For herself. First of all, Candy was a damn hoe. She everybody for free.
Yeah.
That bitch was a hoe and that pussy
That's-
wasn't good, and that's why you right here always got the date underneath your tax bracket, okay?
Preach.
And Kenya, I was Miss USA, and I have Kenya more. Bitch, you was a goddamn video hoe. You went through every rapper in America, didn't get a ring.
Facts.
And Mama Joyce said, block him forever. I said, uh-huh. That's what you do. You need to block him forever. And it does not matter that Candy used to date somebody who was in jail, because I'm pretty sure Mama Joyce read her for filth at that time too. Don't do it, okay? Carry it over there to Love After Lockup. Marlo calling Sanya a bitch like that. I said, oh my gosh. I can't believe Marlo acted that way. That was absolutely disrespectful. First of all, we need to normalize not calling other women hoes and sluts. We also need to normalize minding our business, okay? What that woman does with her vagina is nobody else's business, and it's damn sure not Marlo's business. Now, I remember a few years back when Marlo had used the F word and Andy Cohen and Bravo was really pissed off with her. She went to Todd and Candy and asked them to help her. Todd and Candy actually got her a network deal. And right before they were about to start filming, Marlo messed that deal completely up and the show got canceled. So Candy has been there for Marlo. Not only that, Candy always gives back. She has an organization called Candy Cares, and she is always there to help her community. She keeps all of her businesses in Black neighborhoods. She is always giving and trying to help. Marlo just wants a handout, in my opinion. She has absolutely no right to treat Candy like that. That was despicable and disgusting. Candy did go out online and she says that we should keep watching this season because the lady with the heavy tongue keeps my name in her mouth. She also said, if somebody shows you who they are, believe them, because they talking about me more than they talking about their own stores and businesses. And that is so true. This is a major platform for you to grow your business. Spend more time minding your business and less time in Candy's vagina. I'm gonna tell you right now, I am absolutely ready for this reunion because I know that Kenya and Candy are going to clear Marlo and Sheree for this behavior. This is ridiculous. I was hoping that Kenya and Sheree would be real friends this season. I really was. Kenya was there for Sheree when she was sitting in Philadelphia by herself crying. She offered to buy her a plane ticket to get home. Sheree was wrong for this. And I also thought it was really weird that Marlo and Sheree were sitting there talking big talk outside. Why didn't you say that to Candy and Kenya's face? It was so weird to me that Sheree was so upset with Kenya over not showing up, but why didn't she give some of that energy to Tyrone? You drove 2 hours and he didn't show up. At least Kenya sent Drew over there with everything. Someone went on social media and said, Marlo loves calling Candy a hoe as if she made any of her money off talent. And Sheree, girl, you are really in a position to talk. These women are a trip. And Kenya responded, disgusting. Someone else said, Candy has employed and uplift more Black people than anybody in the Bravo universe. She showcases all areas of her life. She's a successful, wealthy Black woman with a lovely blended family. I don't get the hate. And Kenya said, add kind, honest, and humble person and a true friend to many. And that is true. All of that is true about Candy. That is really tacky the way these girls were acting. Kenya also posted, when people pretend to be your friend and kill you with behind your back for no reason at all other than jealousy. I see you and so does the world. I think what she meant is when people pretend to be your friend and then they kill you by talking about you behind your back for no reason but jealousy. He also said, Sheree, no, you're making a mountain out of a molehill. And Kenya said, no, she just let someone turn her against me. Andy also said, someone is worried about my anatomy and sexual history more than my gynecologist this season. Okay, and more than her husband too, I'm sure. And Marlo and Sheree made that comment about Candy dating under her tax bracket or having sex under her tax bracket. Sheree, you really should not be co-signing an amen in that. You were dating Tyrone and you got ghosted by him. Girl, stop. Her getting this peach has really gone to her head. Drew showed up last minute. I was glad that she came just for entertainment purposes. But if I was Drew, I would have stayed home. I wouldn't have come. I don't feel that she was really truly welcome there, especially not the way Sanya has been behaving. Get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.